Super Bowl edition of Take After Take. We tried to do a podcast last week, but Patrick didn't know what the hell he was doing.
That's not true at all. Also, you also don't
why,
know what you're doing.
So that's why we didn't have one, because he didn't know what he's doing. We had all the video. We looked like one of them 1912 Charlie Chaplin. Like,
no, that's not true. It was the camera mic that's back there. It doesn't sound good. That's what it was. Also, again, I'll reiterate, this is your name.
That ain't my name,
all
man.
you. You need to learn how to do all this stuff and don't leave it to other people. Also, be a little bit nicer when you're asking people to do things for you.
How about this? Let me tell you, Patrick P. etiquette.
Work.
First of all, producer Pat, Carl Prather, Take After Take. They do have my name here at the bottom of this, like little small Sanskrit.
Trying to drink more water too.
This man, you said you lost 15 pounds. We'll get to that in a moment too. Hold on. Okay, so as the kids say, chat. Listen. I stood up to ask one of our amazing employees, AJ, to help us get this stuff squared away and together. So I stood up and said, AJ, here comes articulate etiquette P over here. Man, could you say please? I go, I didn't have, I called his name so I could get his attention. He said it was my tone is what bothered him. AJ was like, yeah. Hey, man, you need some caffeine or something? You drinking all this water? Are you hangry? No, are you upset?
I'm not hangry. I've actually had too much. I probably put on weight. I've had two donuts today, along with some of the catering food.
Hot take before we go back into you losing weight. How can people just in the middle of the day eat a donut?
I had two of them real quick.
Yeah, but why?
It's like this.
Why?
They were there.
Like, did you, like, in your mind, like, were you like, oh, like, I could see a cookie or something like that with a meal or something like that?
How can you see a cookie but not see a donut?
Who's out here just eating donuts at 2 o'clock in the day?
Half the newsroom had donuts. The Madison police officers brought donuts.
Guess what? That goes for you and them and everybody.
Why? That's a crazy take.
In the middle of the day, just a donut?
That's insane.
What we doing?
It's enjoyed by
lots
of people. This was like 10 o'clock in the morning. Now, well, the first one was at 10 o'clock in the morning. I had a second one at, you're probably right, my bad. I had one about 2 o'clock.
In what world is people out here just saying, you know what, I want a donut, it's 3:15.
Yeah, I don't know.
Thank you. I'm glad you just.
I'll take the L.
Take this L. See, you just keep. Trevor Lawrence, we done went to, who else has been out there? I don't know.
I also don't like, well, I do like fresh donuts, but I also don't mind them stale. So maybe that's another crazy take.
You just keep taking these L's today. Hold on. Krispy Kreme or Dunkin' Donuts?
Oh, Krispy Kreme all the way.
Okay, I feel you.
The only Dunkin' Donut that I like is the like cake one. The like the blueberry one.
Mm-hmm. My kid loves both. And I respect him for this. He said that he likes Krispy Kreme. He can tell that. He said I can taste the difference. He said, but I like them both. He likes Krispy Kreme donuts with their icing on it, but he does like Dunkin' Donut. He's a Dunkin' Donut guy with the strawberry, with the sprinkles and all that on top of it. But listen, y'all can have any donut in the world. Just give me a hot Krispy Kreme. I don't care about anything else. Just a hot Krispy Kreme in the morning. I legitimately can eat 12. Like, I have to make sure that I have to stop like at 8. Because I'm like, I know you can smash out these other 4. And I used to do that in high school. I'm like, it's just not. Carl, just look at yourself. You don't need to do that. Seriously, that's why I don't. You can give me 12 Hot Light Dunkin' Donuts, a dozen, and legitimately they can be gone. But I have willpower, mental power. I just stop at 8. 8 is a solid number. I'm still mad at you that you ate a donut at 3 o'clock.
It's a lot of donut. 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock. And then I had a late lunch, so I had the donut, and then at 3 o'clock I ate my lunch. So,
you pushing it at 3 o'clock.
And the thing about me, man, the weight all goes to my stomach. The worst part. I feel like I look so fat on this camera. I lost 15 pounds. But you get in front of these cameras, the lights make you self-conscious.
Listen, you know.
Got this. That's why I got this big jacket on. So
this is for his lovely wife, Amanda. See, this is when you know you've been transformed. You've been reincarnated. You know, you're dressing nice, you're looking good. Now he's vain. Oh my God. That's why I just
looks maxing is what the kids are calling it.
Looks what?
Looks maxing, 2 X's.
We ain't doing all that. We just gonna say
mewing, mouth tape. I'm not into that yet.
What's that?
Just trying to.
Try to suffocate yourself to sleep?
Well, I mean, no, you don't do your nose. You put tape over your mouth, and I don't know, it does something. I don't know.
What does that do? Kids, y'all, somebody message us and let us know about what that sounds like an abduction.
I mean, Peter Attia would tell you what it does, but he's in a little bit of hot water right now.
Who's that?
So, well, Google it. We can. This is not a political.
I ain't trying to do all that. We got a Super Bowl to talk about. We hold on before we go into the Super Bowl because we've talked about everything else besides sports. You said you lost 15 pounds last month. I'm very proud of you. You said
Thank you.
You ate a lot. You ate a lot during Christmas. I did too.
A lot.
Almost, and I then almost got ran over in my subdivision on an electric dirt bike. I'll release that video next Christmas.
Yeah, we need to play it. We can play it, right?
I'll play it right there next Christmas. Like my kids. It was a thing. And here's the thing. Shout out to the 7-year-old. He was like, "Daddy, be careful."
Yeah.
You think I did any of that? Nah.
Yeah.
I ain't doing all that. But I'm proud of you. Lost 15 pounds. Look fantastic. I love the jacket.
Thank you.
Here's that no bedhead. What did you put in your stuff? In your head?
What do I put? I went to Sports Clip and the lady was like, "Here's what you need," and I was like, "All right." And then it was like $40.
Speaking of sports clips, I saw one Kirk Cousins a few minutes ago out in San Francisco, San Jose. Did you go to San Jose with us in 19?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, do you remember me and you had a conversation with Joey Chestnut?
I do remember that. Yeah.
They're out for the Super Bowl, and you mentioned that, but I think Kirk Cousins does. Is there a super clips or cuts?
Good, great clips.
That's it.
Yeah, great clips.
Shirt. He was smart. He was doing some ad stuff for them. So you said that, I was like, oh yeah. Okay, we'll get to sports now. Super Bowl 60 Sunday 5:30. NBC, your home for Super Bowl 60. Seahawks, Patriots, everybody and they mama believes that the Seahawks are going to win the Super Bowl, and don't think it's going to be particularly close. You have said the same thing. I am of the belief that I'm waiting for the other Sam Darnold shoe to drop. And I think that if any coach, especially that that can keep a team competitive in a football game, it's one Mike Vrabel. And no one's talking about their defense, which is elite as well. Don't act like it's average, above average. They're playing above their skis. They're not. They're awesome. You just don't know their names. But I think it's going to be a particularly close game. I think Drake Maye is going to play great, and I think the Patriots are going to win.
I do not.
You do not. No one thinks it's going to be close.
I think the game's over by the time Bad Bunny hits the field.
Really?
That's what I think. Yeah. Which is why I've been learning some Bad Bunny, by the way.
Shout out to Bad Bunny. Listen, that guy's incredible. He looked fantastic. Award shows, I love the Grammys. Grammys is my favorite award show of all time. I tune in every year. He looked fantastic in his tailored tuxedo. You do not think this game is particularly close. Even that Nick Imamori may be hampered a little bit with an ankle injury suffered in practice, it does not matter to you. They are going to win.
Yeah.
In a big way.
I think that they have, if you'll remember back to last year, going into the Super Bowl, everyone was like, the Eagles are the best team.
Yeah.
But a lot of people could not bet against the Chiefs just because of Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
And last year in the Super Bowl, what played out was that the better team kind of won.
Correct.
I think you have a similar situation here where the Seahawks are just across the board the better team, I think, at almost every single position. So the only path to victory I see the Patriots having is if the Seahawks somehow shoot themselves in the foot, which they have not done over the course of this playoffs and over the course of the last half of this football season. The Patriots, on the other hand, particularly on the offensive side of the ball, have struggled to move the ball.
Correct.
They have had a historically lucky season. If you go look at the schedule of opponents, particularly in the playoffs, I mean, they catch a backup quarterback in the conference championship game. Second half turns into a blizzard, and the game practically ends. They beat a Justin Herbert with no offensive line. They beat a Texans team where C.J. Stroud threw 4 interceptions and looks where people were calling for Davis Mills, the backup, to be put in at halftime. So I think not to take away anything from what they have done getting to the Super Bowl, because it's tough to win football games. I just think they get mollywopped Sunday.
Here's a question that I'll pose to you on the other side with the Patriots. I do not believe there was a large faction of people coming into the season. If I told you, would you rather take Sam Darnold or Justin Herbert, Sam Darnold or C.J. Stroud, Sam Darnold or Bo Nix? Obviously, we've played a full season. We understand that Bo Nix weren't able to play, wasn't able to play in the AFC Championship game. We also understand C.J. Stroud had a really bad game, the previous divisional or wild card game rather, before he faced the Patriots, and then of course Justin Herbert with no Joe Alt and no Slater, and offensive line was in shambles, had issues as well. My biggest question to you is, at some point, will it be this game that if we go through the first 2 quarters of the game, and this is a 7-3 game, and the Patriots defense has been out of their mind and don't want to revert back to revisionist history here with Sam Darnold saying that he's seen ghosts, and it gets into that ball game. I think fans are still not at the point to believe. They respect Mike Vrabel. They respect what the Patriots have done. But I think on the surface, as you mentioned, I get it. You have the quote-unquote 30th easiest schedule out of the 32 teams or whatever it may be, whatever that statistic is. From the games that I've watched this year relative to the Seahawks, you're exactly right. I think that if you look at the Seahawks, the defense, there are mutants out there. They're incredible. They can run the football. To me, the thing that has separated this team, even with their defense, has been the running of Kenneth Walker. I think that's the big key of this all. I don't think if they have Kenneth Walker, I personally don't believe they're here. But Sam Darnold has been outstanding. I have been the biggest anti-Sam Darnold guy here. And he played for the 49ers, and I'm a 49er guy. Immensely talented. He just has not been able to put it all together after 8 seasons. You had a great year with Minnesota. Strangely enough, you've gotten a GM fired in Minnesota solely because of what you did this year in Seattle. If you go through and look at that too, and if you go through and look at the Patriots' schedule, the amount of head coaches that have been fired during this season, I mean, they put the Browns, the Jets, like it's they've had a very easy schedule. So I don't know what to make of the Patriots outside of we're banking on Mike Vrabel being a master game planner and perhaps maybe the best week-to-week game planner in the NFL. So what's he going to do if he has 2 weeks to prepare for this team? That is really the only path for the Patriots that I think, and he could pull this out. What if an MVP finalist plays like an MVP in this game? Hot take. We can look across the board. We know what the Seahawks are able to do in all 3 lines of the defense. But the Patriots do have a guy that's a finalist for the MVP tonight. We're recording this on a Thursday. That has been fantastic. What if he plays an A game, a B+ game? I think this completely turns on his head. I just believe that Sam Darnold, as fantastic as he has been this season, especially in the postseason, I am waiting for that other shoe to drop, and I'm being completely honest. I just look at New England's defense and the way they play, and I think they're going to make it a game. I think it boils down to what Drake Maye is able to do. I know everyone talks about they have no weapons. Diggs has continued. I've said this too. I think Diggs, from relative to a torn ACL, is now just kind of rounding back into shape. I don't know if he's going to ever be that kind of explosive guy that he was in Minnesota and whatnot in Buffalo. But they just don't have any names. I guarantee you poll 100 fans, casual fans. They don't know who Ramondre Stevenson is. They don't know who Hunter Henry is. They may know Drake Maye and they may know Mike Vrabel. They have no clue who any of those amazing guys up front are. They don't know who Christian Gonzalez is on the back end. They don't know who those linebackers are. And all they do is just play as a unit. And they dominate. And I get it. Opponent leaves a lot to be desired relative to Seattle. But all you can go by, as you mentioned, who they played. You look at Seattle, they've gotten the benefit of the doubt because of the division they play in. So you played 2 other teams 4 times, and you've played outstanding against those teams and came away with victory. So those are 4 victories that you're like, oh man, like they've beaten some quality teams. And don't get me wrong, they beat the Panthers, and they've beat a lot of really good teams, and they are outstanding. I've just seen this movie before in a Super Bowl. And I'm talking, I haven't seen it like this since the Patriots' first Super Bowl. against the Rams.
I mean, that's the thing too, is that this can't happen twice, right?
Yes, it can.
They can't.
Yes, it can.
They can't have.
It's the perfect recipe. It's the same recipe as it was back with the Patriots and the Rams. The Rams are by far the better team. And New England came out there and slapped the taste out their mouth, like from a physicality standpoint. We know that your former coaches,
Yeah.
they gonna compete.
Yeah.
What game? Seriously, just NFL fans, casual NFL fans, say to yourself, legitimately, since Mike Vrabel has been a head football coach in the National Football League, what game have you ever seen him get outclassed and blown out? Have you ever seen a Mike Vrabel team not be competitive in any game? Titans, Patriots. Have you seen it one time? I've yet to see it.
I mean, you're
So
right.
you mean to tell me I got an MVP candidate, unbelievable defense, where the numbers are, if you go look at the statistics from those two teams and then just advanced metrics of the two teams, newsflash everybody, they ain't far off. We can talk about the teams that the Patriots have played relative to the Seahawks, but I have yet to see a Mike Vrabel coached football team not be competitive for 4 quarters. Now, this could be the first. I don't see it. I think this is going to be more than a competitive game. And I believe if you look up and it's 14-7, 14-3, 17-3. Just remember OCP. What he told you. Like the Patriots. I'm going to go with them. I just think that Drake May is going to play fantastic. And I think that defense is going to be out of his mind. And there's no knock against Seattle and what they like to bring to the table because they are incredible. But I think Sam Darnold, unfortunately, is going to be, as he has mentioned before, have some issues out there. Man, relative for his sake, this ain't the game you want to fall flat on your face because there's no comeback.
Yeah.
Like, not only is it redemption for the GM in Minnesota to say, see, y'all trying to fire me. Here we are, biggest stage. Didn't you have us? When he in Minnesota had on the biggest stage, had an opportunity to win? What did he do? Biggest game. I think the biggest thing, someone said this on social media, and I was like, you're exactly right. Here's the one thing where a Sam Darnold detractor may say, I would hope that you find a way to play well after 8 tries at this thing, 8 years. You were the third pick. How many top 5 picks in the quarterbacks that you've seen that's had this opportunity in year 8 and moved around all these teams? Mulligans. Just keep having these mulligans.
Well, hey, that's a skill in itself, right? People like you. They like having you around.
What's my guy, Josh? What's his name? That played for like
Josh Rosen?
Not Josh Rosen. The guy from he played for the Jets for like at the end of his career. He was really, really old. Gosh, I gotta find his name. But anyhow, hey, listen, Backo's big money too.
I mean, yeah. And now here he is. He's won 28 games over the course of 2 seasons.
He's who, man? He is Sam Darnold.
If you go look at the quarterbacks who have won 14-plus games for 2 different teams, it's Tom Brady and Sam Darnold.
That's incredible.
And Peyton Manning.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. And then back-to-back 14-win seasons, it's just Tom Brady and Sam Darnold. So that is elite company to be in. I mean, I get what you're saying. Everybody's waiting for the shoe to drop. But, like, what if it just doesn't drop?
What if listen, let me tell you something. If it don't drop, then we got some problems.
And would this not be apropos for the way that this football season has gone, both in college and this has been a weird football season?
It has.
So to have a dude who was a top 3 overall pick, who the Jets gave up on him, was on the Panthers, they cut him, finally find a way to pull it together in year 8 and win a Super Bowl, like that kind of makes sense for where this is at. Also, not unprecedented in football, right? We have seen Brad Johnson. We've seen this. I mean, people forget Steve Young. Steve Young waited a very long time before he got the starting quarterback job.
He did.
Rich Gannon had a resurgence later in his career. So this is not uncommon to see. I just believe Seattle is a better team. And
they are.
And based off of what I want about football to be true, which is the ultimate team sport, I will pick the Seahawks.
But wouldn't, for you, we come in here next week, armchair Monday morning quarterback, water cooler talk, if the Patriots win this, wouldn't they be the true epitome of a team?
Sure. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm just saying the common fan, doesn't know any players.
Yeah.
You may know the coach. You may know the quarterback. I'd be hard-pressed for anybody to even name one of the two running backs, much less a wide receiver or a defensive player.
But I think if the Patriots win, the narrative will be the Seahawks lost that game.
I agree with that.
The
That's
Patriots
fair.
won it.
That's fair. That is
Whereas if
absolutely
Seattle wins, it's going to be in a way, and people go, yep, see, they were the best team, DVOA, all this, blah, blah,
That's
blah,
fair.
blah, blah.
That's fair.
All of that. So
That's
I just can't. And for any Patriots fan out there that is kind of ticked off that the rest of the NFL is like this again, you have to understand, you had a 20-year unprecedented run. You were bad for 5 years, and now you're right back in the Super Bowl. It's okay for people to be pissed off at you. Don't take it personally.
Hey, bro, see, that's the Titan stuff just bleeding over. See,
Yeah.
'cause he wants just a little taste of it.
I was watching NFL Network because they're doing all the Super Bowl stuff, right?
Yeah.
What do you think was like the second wild? It was either second or third wildest Super Bowl. It was a freaking Titan. Almost cussed just then.
You almost did.
And we would have bleeped it. It's the Titans and the Rams. That was 1999, 2000, whatever it was. I ain't been back.
I'm in high school at that time, and I remember when those two teams were in the Super Bowl. First of all, for those that remember, that was I believe that was the Rams defeating the Buccaneers. I think it was like a 7-5 game, 9-7 game. It was something crazy. But I remember in my was it Western Civ that I was in? But I just remember getting the sports page, and it was the Monday after the game, and I remember seeing those two logos, and I was like, the narrative was at that time, this is going to be the worst Super Bowl of all time, and it turned out to be one of the greatest Super Bowls of all time.
And people forget because they didn't win. Steve McNair would have had one of the great drives in Super Bowl history.
Incredible.
He's scrambling around, getting away from pressure. Guys are falling off of him. He's hitting it, and then it ended 1 yard short.
1 yard short. That was an amazing. Man, shout out to Steve McNair, man. Like, I remember watching Steve back at Alcorn State and being able to see his highlights. Like, they would do cut-ins during the national games on ABC at the time. Man, he was fun to watch. And of course, with the Titans, man, he was his MVP year was, he was something else, man. He was just a fun to watch. And that final drive was something, I mean, it just really epitomized what Steve McNair was all about for them to get 1 yard short there. And then the funny part about it, you remember that, the Rams, there's no Kurt Warner without a Trent Green injury in the preseason.
And then that story. I mean, just a remarkable stocking shelves, right? The grocery
Stocking
store.
shelves at the grocery store.
Working arena football.
Falls apart at the end with the Rams, goes to the Giants, falls apart, comes to the Cardinals, and takes them to the Super Bowl. And to this day, you would be hard-pressed to find one player to have a bigger, more of an amazing playoff run than Larry Fitzgerald that year when they eventually lost to the Steelers. He was out of his mind. He was unguardable.
Yeah.
Much like Jackson Smith and Jigba. We discussed this last week. I don't know how in the hell that young man stays open in separation. There was one. It was at one point. Obviously, as a 49er fan, I watch all the NFC West teams consistently. I remember the 49ers played the first game, and I kept looking. I was like, this guy's like, he is consistently creating separation. I am the first to say, as many great wide receivers that have come through Ohio State and the Columbus, Ohio, and the Buckeyes, I said in the group chat, how many times I say it all the time? I just did not see this from him. I thought he'd be a good player. But top 5 wide receiver in the game, arguably numero uno, I didn't see it. Much love to Jackson Smith and Jigba, man. He's been unbelievable this year. So there's a lot. I think the biggest thing for me, I'm just interested to see what the game plan that Vrabel has with this group, considering the weapons that Seattle has. And then what the plan is for Josh McDaniel that is coaching his 10th Super Bowl.
Yeah, it's wild. If he wasn't such an a-hole, he'd probably be a head coach by now. But
brother, like, and that's the thing, those are the things that I get it. Players matter on the football field. But people need to understand, I'm not saying anything you don't know. I think an NFL, current active NFL player or a former player or a player that played it yesteryear will admit to. It is not that far off from the worst team to the best team, the average team to the good team. But when you start getting guys and coaches that have been in this situation before and know how to scheme up and put offenses in advantageous situations to manufacture offense, to move the chains, to slow the game down, to keep everything in front of them, to get pressure with 4. I just look at all of those things with Vrabel and McDaniel, man, relative to a group of guys that no one's talking about. No one's talking about this group. They pulled this one out, brother. It's one of the stories in the history of football. I mean, to turn it around that quickly is unbelievable. I know it chaps your new you-know-what because you had that guy in Nashville.
Yeah.
And who knows what this could have been moving forward.
If they pull off winning the Super Bowl and Vrabel does, then I think it's okay that Belichick wasn't a first ballot Hall of Famer.
I wish you – what?
Because then it's Robert Kraft. It was all the Kraft.
I went on a complete and utter diatribe last week.
Lost to history.
Mm-hmm. No, it's back right now. We have the NFL Honors on NBC tonight. We're recording this on a Thursday. This will be released on Friday morning. They're going to have the NFL Honors. I love the NFL does this award show. It's been awesome. They've done a great job with it. This is basically where they announce all of their awards. They'll be out in the greater San Jose, San Francisco area. They'll announce the MVP, the Player of the Year, Catch of the Year, Offensive MVP, Defensive MVP, Coach of the Year. The list goes on and on. But at the end of the show, they bring them all on stage. They announce the class of 2026 or other years for the Hall of Fame. We know that Bill Belichick and Robert Kraft won't be there. I want to move Mr. Kraft aside for the moment. In what world? I don't know if we need to go light years into another planet, probably another solar system where people look like just like you and me, probably doing the same thing somewhere else. You mean to tell me the second most winningest coach of all time, does he have the most Super Bowls?
Yes. Most Super Bowl appearances, most conference championships, most 10-win seasons.
A 500 or better record against every other team in the National Football League. And that man couldn't get 40 out of 50 possible votes in that room?
He fell one vote shy.
One vote.
Bill Polian said he didn't recall, now does. Now,
what did he say? What did he say?
He said, I for sure voted. So, take that for what it's worth.
You couldn't recall 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, but now he recalled.
Did you recall all them, whoopings the Patriots were giving to the Colts? See, that's what chapped you know what. And I get it. We are as a race of people, we are highly competitive. I get it. Don't be in your feelings. You should have voted him in. I get it. You want to talk about Deflategate and spying all it? I'd be hard pressed to believe that the Patriots are the only team that's out here stealing signs, videotaping.
Well, Jimmy Johnson went on McAfee's show and said, we tried to cheat, wasn't very good at it, so we stopped it. And Jimmy Johnson said he will not be at the Hall of Fame ceremony because Belichick will not be there. So that is a famous coach who says he will not be there in support of Belichick.
In what world, Patrick Akers, is that man not get rid of the first ballot Hall of Fame? Get rid of it. Also Pro Football Hall of Fame. Figure out a way to get some of these men out of the room and women. Get them out. Get them out. You can't do this right. What the hell?
Yeah, this was a layup. This was a fast break layup.
But see, everybody was clowning Terrell Owens. When Terrell Owens said what he had to say. I did this last week. I'm going to do it again. I'm for non-media members, I'm going to pull the curtain back for all y'all. I'm just a local television guy. You know enough people, you got people that work at the regional level, national level, tell you what, peel back the curtain. I've seen it with my own two eyes. I'm not speaking for anybody else. There's a faction of journalists here in this country that votes the stroke of a pen the microphone, feel like they have this immense power to do what they want to do and be the judge, jury, and executioner to put people in Hall of Fames or move a story here or there instead of being objective. There's a faction. It's not all. It's a faction. Because somebody's not nice to you or an a-hole or feels some type of way with you should completely be removed from what they did in their profession. But see, feelings get involved. We're human beings. We get it. But that's this thing. It's this word I've been taught a long time. It's called being objective. Two hardest things in the world, in my opinion, is say I'm sorry and be objective. The objective part about this all is Bill Belichick could be a terrible human being. I do not know that. Bill Belichick could be an absolute saint. I do not know that. Here's what I do know. With my own two eyes, breath in my body, the man has won, 8 Super Bowls as an assistant and a head coach.
I believe so.
Most conference championships. Second most wins of all time outside of Don Shula. 500 record or better against every other NFL team in the National Football League. And he's not worthy? I would make it my life's mission to find out who didn't vote for me. So when I go in next year, because he's going in next year, I'm going in. If y'all thought Michael Jordan's Hall of Fame induction speech was bad or kind of uncouth, let me be Bill Belichick up there. How many times have I told you this saying? The Bill Pollings of the world and coaches and stuff, there are going to be some people come out next year. He's in. We know. Listen, at the end of the day, he's a Hall of Famer. Let bygones be bygones. Water under the bridge. I'll tell you about the water under the bridge. Everybody, anyone in your life, near, far, in the distance, that says that saying to you, let bygones be bygones, it's water under the bridge, water under the bridge, this is what you do. You say, you're exactly right. I can walk over that bridge. You know what else I can do? I can take 4 to 5 steps back. Get right in the middle of the bridge. You know what I can do when they say water on the bridge? I can do just like this. Because I see that damn water flowing right up under that bridge. I don't forget anything. Bridge is built. Walk over it. Just walk over it. If you listen closer, you can hear the stream of the water going right up under that bridge. I don't forget nothing. Bill Belichick, don't forget. I would rub it in every voter's face. Everyone, I'm petty as petty can be. To let you know, we used to kick you all the time. There would be a special part in my Hall of Fame speech for Bill Polian. Just for you. I would go down the list of the regulars, because you take all the time you need. I go down the list of all the regular season games we beat the hell out of y'all. I go through all the playoff games we beat the hell out of y'all. Then I mentioned the game that you were down 21-0, came back and went to the Super Bowl, ended up beating the Bears for Peyton's lone Super Bowl with the Colts. I mentioned all that. And I have the record, how much we outscored you by, how many touchdowns we scored, how many points how many yards. I would go on a diatribe. But you can't recall.
Also, keep in mind, Bill Belichick also, while serving as a head coach, was the general manager of the Patriots. So not only does he have the head coaching record, he has the most Super Bowl wins as the general manager as well over someone like Bill Polian.
And you don't recall making the vote.
Well, he said he recalled now.
You back? It back? It back?
Yeah,
2 weeks.
Back.
2 weeks. It came back.
2 back. Well, you're old. You get old. Things happen. He didn't. He said he didn't recall. Then he recalled and said, "I definitely did, 100%."
It's gonna come out. I bet by July, before the Hall of Fame game and Hall of Fame weekend in August, it'll come out. We'll know.
Here's how you do it: just don't make it anonymous. That's all you have to do. It's an easy fix.
And that's what I don't get.
Identify the 50 people that vote. Make the ballots public. That's all you have to do.
I want to know some of these pro football writers.
Yeah.
That's what I really want to know. I want to know some of these pro football writers that you have some sort of axe to grind or you feel some type of way because of a deflated football. You're absolutely right. You should not be out filming other teams, signals, calls, the whole nine. The deflated footballs, man, $500,000. I get it. we've seen players do worse that are in the Hall of Fame. Y'all can look it up. This is not any kind of public knowledge.
That is true.
Whole lot of them.
That is true.
Some that ain't here no more.
That's true.
And we talking about a deflated football and some video from the stands. I know a team that's in Ann Arbor, Michigan. They got a national championship right now. They took that away.
They have not. A lot of craziness happening up there.
I wish I might have somebody tell me Bill Belichick's not first ballot. If he's not first ballot for Hall of Fame, just end the Hall of Fame. What are we doing this for?
Yeah, that's it. Particularly when you think about the point of a Hall of Fame is to be a museum, and it should be there to help preserve the history and the legacy and the story of the game of football. And there is no way that you can convince me that you can tell the story of professional football without having a very lengthy section about Bill Belichick.
Well said. Water under the bridge is what I've been told. Yep, you're right. LaCar could walk his happy, you know what, right on top of that bridge. And be
Great PR bump for Belichick, though.
amazing.
I mean, the dude has a disastrous CBS Sunday morning interview earlier in the year with a 25-year-old girlfriend, and now we're all sticking up for him. It's a great turn of events, by the way.
You know what, the one thing that has been very impressive, and this is just something that even when he was with the Patriots that we never saw in the first place. But I think relative to last year's offseason and his public or his private life being on center stage, the one thing that does, I'm just saying I'm intrigued. Now, I told you last summer, I was like, I would be shocked if he makes it through the year.
I thought they were going to the college football playoff.
You did.
So, yeah.
Here's how I feel, though, now. Have you heard anything from Bill Belichick? Every time I've heard or they've gotten somewhat of a response from Bill Belichick, whether it's, just by a quote, he's been on the road recruiting.
So are we talking a little Belichick, little Jordan Hudson redemption arc, 2026?
So all I'm saying, and hey, college football fans, go look at North Carolina's schedule next year. Just go look at it. Just go check it out. See what you think. Hadn't heard a lot. I've heard a lot of working on the grind with Coach Belichick and his staff.
Listen, Hudson's got it. She got him in shape. She's working it.
Well, love make you do some crazy things on the ball.
Yeah, listen, she's out there with the high heels and the UNC, the Chapel Blue. They're out there putting a squad together. If I'm down for it, if you're down for it, let's get them. College football playoff, North Carolina.
Pro Football Hall of Fame. Change something. We're probably really going to get a lot of smoke from people, especially after this class's name tonight and going into tomorrow. Super Bowl. Here's the other part that no one wants to mention. You have however many inductees of the 2026 class are going to be completely overshadowed by Belichick Hall of Fame.
And that's the part that sucks.
Roger Craig is about to probably be named in the Hall of Fame tonight. L.C. Greenwood is probably going to get named in the Hall of Fame tonight. I had an opportunity to hear from somebody that I have the utmost respect for, consider him a mentor. The great John Starworth interviewed him this week. And he was just talking about L.C. Greenwood and all those guys that they won all those Super Bowls with. And that's what stinks.
Yeah.
You've been waiting for this to be immortalized as one of the very best at your profession, man. And the talk is going to be centered around Bill Belichick and Robert Kraft, to be honest.
Yeah. It's not a good look. And the crazy part is like everyone acknowledges that it's a mistake, and yet there's no recourse.
Yeah, what?
That's what's insane.
When the Pro Football Hall of Fame is coming out with letterheads and saying, "Hey, man, we may have to quote unquote recuse a couple of these voters for the." Yeah, I
just let us vote.
Man, what?
Take it down to 2 people. Let us vote. If we were voting Roger Craig, L.C. Greenwood, they would already
30 years ago.
Already been in.
30 years ago.
So that's the part I absolutely hate. I know you kind of want to keep the class sizes small, I guess, but to me, like, A dude's either a Hall of Famer or he's not.
You should know immediately.
You should know immediately.
It's not the Hall of Very Good. You should know immediately. If I throw it for sports fans, regardless of sport, NHL, MLB, NFL, college football, I should say a name. You should never have to go, you should be like, yes, no.
Yeah.
That quick. There should be no hesitation. Roger Craig's a Hall of Famer, period. Should have known that in the 90s. What? Yes, he's a Hall of Famer. Christian McCaffrey before there was a Christian McCaffrey. Do it all. Rushing and receiving. He's a Hall of Famer. Elsie Greenwood, yes, with the Steelers. First Hall of Famer. You shouldn't have to like him all around. No, you should know. Why are these guys not in? See, that's okay. Once again, peeling the curtain back. We got some journalists that have issues with these said subjects that they cover and let that bleed over into their acumen and what they were able to do in the football field. And you should 1,000,000% emphatically be able to separate the two. But we didn't get that this year. We got somebody mad that wouldn't put him in, talking about we should just let him wait a year. And here's the other part. You try to Bill Belichick, you try to get some support. See, what you thought was going to stay in that room. Everybody looking around like,
yeah.
But see, here's the deal. The majority of everybody else voted that way, and you the deciding vote the reason why they didn't get it.
Well, no, why would he lie? There's no reason why he voted.
I can't recall. I can't recall. You know those old scribes and stuff they used to have back in Roman days? Next year, 27. What thing be just like that? I would be thinking everybody, my family. Bill Belichick had family in Canton. He used to always go to Hall of Fame. He used to go underground to see all the stuff that we don't ever get to see. I still want to go to the Pro Football Hall of Fame. I think it'd be amazing. He's the true epitome of just the history of football.
Yeah.
I talk about all that, all those practices, those giant defenses I had, our attempted run in Cleveland with Nick Saban and company, me becoming a coach with the Jets, me becoming a coach with the Patriots, winning the championships with the Patriots, having all this time with the greatest quarterback of all time, those amazing teams, the camaraderie we had with Teddy Bruschi and Willie McGinnis and Mike Vrabels of the world, and guys like Matthew Slater that was just a pure special teams guy that played for 15-some years, made a living off of just special teams. I'm naming all these guys, the Amendolas, all these amazing times. But on that, there's going to be a stanza in there. Bill Polian, what that thing going to be like? For you, and only you. I want you to go to your grave with this. They said water under the bridge. Water under the bridge, Patrick. I see that water.
Maybe Belichick will be the bigger man, though. And let
I wish I might.
Bygones
I wish I might. No. I keep score. See, I keep score in my life. I don't forget. Because I don't try to, listen. OCP, I try to do the right thing in life. Try to be a decent human being relative to some amazing people in this world, this great country. When you out here trying to do wrong and try to be in my orbit and being a terrible human being, I'm gonna let you know about yourself. So Bill Polian, I don't think you're a terrible human being. I don't know nothing about you, young man, sir. All I know is that you are one of the greatest executives of all time. I know you've constructed some amazing Indianapolis Colts football teams. You know more about the game of football in your pinky finger than I do about in my life, period. No disrespect there. But you loud and wrong with what you did for this Pro Football Hall of Fame voting. So at the end of the day, it doesn't affect my life whatsoever. But we're sports fans. We want things to be right. Like y'all not putting Tom Brady in now since when it's time for him to come up? Who gonna do that? Who gonna say no to him?
Yeah.
He gonna get 40 out of 50?
He was a part of those teams. So if you're punching,
last time I checked, he was part of those teams. Wasn't he the quote? Wasn't 12 under the center?
He was.
Shotgun?
Yeah. Maybe he was the mastermind of Deflategate. He was the one that had the footballs. So, boy, wouldn't that be a story?
Roman scroll. My thing would be Patrick, it'd be from the ceiling all the way down to the floor. It just run down like a red carpet. You just run all the way down. I'd take 30 minutes. 30. I'd have a timer. I'd have somebody come and have to do a timer.
It'd be like they try to play you off like they do at the Oscars, and he's just like, nah, I'm going to keep going.
Wolf of Wall Street said, I ain't leaving.
That's it. Yeah.
I want all. You will forever remember this.
Yep.
This speech. We will switch gears to just a little college basketball talk. And man, so we're getting close to the end of the year. Conference slate kind of winding down. Alabama and Auburn, I guess for lack of a better word, trying to continue to find their way. We had an historic year a season ago with both of those teams, including the Auburn Tigers. Alabama had a huge win last night. I don't know if you got an opportunity to watch any of the game against Texas A&M. They won 197. Fantastic game. Shout out to Bucky McMillan from Birmingham of Mound Brook High School lore. Has the Aggies atop, now tied with Florida at 7-2 in the league. That was a fun game to watch. But I think a lot of people, and we'll know tomorrow, Charles Bediako his temporary restraining order, his case officially goes to court. There will be a decision made tomorrow at Tuscaloosa County Circuit Court. Just a view of 50,000 feet. We won't take a lot of time on it. We'll get in more college basketball and start looking at that next week. Just your basic opinion on Bediako, how this turns out tomorrow before they take on the Auburn Tigers down in Neville Arena. Does he play the rest of the year, or do you think this is the end tomorrow? It's hard to say, right?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, what would I do? He shouldn't have been playing in the first place.
Correct.
I don't think this is the spirit of college basketball, but whatever. I have zero clue.
Yeah, so Trinidad Chambliss, the NCAA, he got denied his potential eligibility. I think he goes back on the 12th to kind of have a final say in this. Diego Pavia is coming up. I mean, we're pretty sure that he's not going to get his. Joey Aguilar may have the strongest case out of them all, playing a couple of lacrosse games at Tennessee, or before he came to Tennessee. Now, the quarterback there, he may be able to come back. But, I mean, I think we're all in agreement. We basically just saying, hey, if the rules are the rules, then, I mean, everybody's available to play with eligibility. But in the scheme of the game and the spirit of the game, no, none of these guys should be playing. You all were playing professional basketball, right?
Yeah.
No one talks about Puff Johnson. There's a guy that plays in that. Go type in Puff Johnson. He's on his like 7th year or somewhat, still playing college basketball. So it's broken. We know it's broken. We know what this is. I don't have a lean either way relative to the Trinidad situation coming out just yesterday. I mean, I could see that they just completely denied Bediako what he's done. Commissioner Greg Sankey, part of the NCAA's rebuttal that came out earlier today, he believes that Bediako should not be able to play.
You have to think that should carry some weight.
Should carry some weight.
He's a very powerful man in college athletics.
Arguably, in my opinion, I think he is the most powerful man in all of college athletics. He is the pendulum mover. So I think ultimately, I just don't see Bediako. I think it's over as of tomorrow.
And I don't really hear the public groundswell for this stuff to be happening.
Correct.
It seems to be the opposite. It seems to be people like me and you that are like, hey, a little bit messed up, right? Whether it's okay with the rules or against the rules, like it's just against the spirit of what this should be. So we'll see. I mean, I don't know, man. It's because at this point, if they let Bediako continue to play, like the big joke is like, well, can LeBron? Can he just come to college then?
What about Derrick Henry? Derrick Henry come back from Alabama?
Can he come back? A guy like Giannis?
Lamar Jackson, come on back to Louisville.
Yeah.
See
some of these guys still have.
Josh Allen, go get about 15 of your boys from across the country, man. Go back to Wyoming. Go ahead and win a national championship.
Yeah, it's just wild. They were professional athletes. We should at least, even if it's just in imagination only, sort of maintain the amateur nature of college athletics.
Last time I checked, that's what it should be.
So, yeah, that's where I stand.
Last thing before we get out of here. Patrick and I are lovers of the professional wrestling. Did you get to watch any Royal Rumble last Saturday?
I didn't, but I saw what's the saying? The more things change, the more they stay the same. Roman Reigns.
Knowing you well enough, it didn't bother me either one way or another. I think that you've been very upset about the whole card.
I feel like WWE has lost quite a bit of their momentum.
It's fair.
Again, this is from. I am a diehard wrestling fan in nature.
Mm-hmm.
I have not watched the product in probably 3 or 4 years. Now, a lot of that's just because I've been
booked and busy.
Too busy, yes.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing that made wrestling so appealing to me when I was younger, and particularly during the Attitude Era, was the freshness of it, the unpredictability of it. And it seems like the more that WWE has gone into the mainstream and gotten in bed with places like Netflix and things very corporate, it has sanitized some of what its appeal was to a broad swath of people. And I think you have seen that in, again, Roman Reigns is not a spring chicken. Cody Rhodes is not a spring chicken. John Cena was not a spring chicken. These are dudes who are in their 40s. CM Punk in his late 40s. They are the stars of the show. And these 20s, these 30s, these younger generation of guys, they have just not been pushed to the forefront. Now, is that because they are not talented enough? I don't know. I'm not around these dudes, so maybe that could be. I've always talked about a guy like Austin Theory, like why has he not got a shot? Looks like $1 million, but maybe just the right ingredients are not there, right? So I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. I mean, it certainly did not interest me to continue to pick up and watch WWE or watch WrestleMania.
I've watched a little bit, and I will say I've not watched much like you, like I should have. Man, there's so many like new products now. TNA has a show.
Yep.
AEW continues to have their show. NXT has their own deal. Of course, WWE with SmackDown and Raw has their deal. I had someone, a fellow colleague in the business, ask about earlier this week about what I thought about the Royal Rumble. To be quite honest, I normally with the Royal Rumble, the ones that we've watched, they always kind of set storylines heading into WrestleMania and beyond, right? I didn't feel like there was really any storylines set, any kind of precedent set from the Women's Rumble, the Men's Rumble. Listen, I think if I'm the brass at WWE and creative at WWE, I say to myself, okay, I can get Roman Reigns. I can get CM Punk. I can have those two guys in night 2 of WrestleMania. I can make a ton of money. I'm in Vegas. And I can strategically, because they brought a lot of guys from the NXT crowd and as well as on the women's side, I could just see them say, okay, after we get out of WrestleMania, we can kind of start, as you mentioned, kind of that as a guy, lover of movies and film, that career trajectory and arc for the guys that you did bring in to kind of get everybody prepped for WrestleMania when they return back to Riyadh next year or wherever they may go. I think that's the play. I think they kind of hit a pause, said let's get as much as we can get now. I don't know this. This is just complete matchmaking on my end. I just think they say, hey, let's get as much money as we can, stay with the dance with the one that brought us, and then make the move to kind of get some of these guys squared away, the Obafemis of the world, the Javion Evans, Austin Theories, Braun Breaker, Sol Ruka over on the women's side, Lash Legend, Trick Williams, all of those cats. You start moving those guys and women to the forefront and give them a year's time to kind of develop them so they can be the stars of stars and usher in the new generation of stars for WWE in 2027. Could be completely wrong, but I did see enough to me that, like, I see a lot of the new NXT people and folks from, get onto the main rosters that warrant my opinion that they're probably about to start their arcs and kind of running the roost for the next 5 to 7 years, right? So, and I mean, we kind of the lack of stars. It's really not a WWE problem. That seems to be across much of American culture. Yeah,
you still have Hollywood in particular has still tried to find the next Tom Cruise, the next Denzel Washington. Now, I think you have certain, like Michael B. Jordan is one of those guys. I think.
Yeah.
But he might be the only one.
Yeah.
Right. Maybe an Austin Butler. Glenn Powell.
Chalamet's coming.
Chalamet's probably up there with Michael B.
coming.
Jordan. Those are probably the two guys.
Yeah.
But, like, they seem to not have the gravitas in the way, like, you were watching movies in the 90s. Like, if Tom Cruise had a movie, it was you could guarantee it. Denzel the same way. It didn't matter what it was. I remember
DiCaprio now.
DiCaprio. I remember when I was working in the movie theater, that's when the first thing would be like, oh, it really is a movie star. People just be like, give me one for the Denzel Washington movie. They didn't even know what the name of it was, but it was just him. And then you go to like music, the same kind of way. You go to like sports, even a place like the NFL has kind of struggled. Like, I don't think Sunday, but like you still have, it seems to be the Patrick Mahomes, the Josh Allens of the world, but they're not playing right now. You go to the NBA, a lot of the NBA stars are getting older. Like, what does a post-LeBron, post-Curry NBA look like? We don't really know. No one's really taken up the mantle. So, WWE has that same kind of problem, and I don't know what the fix is. Now, historically, the fix might be there will be somebody we don't expect that breaks through the mold, much like I don't think Stone Cold was ever thought of to turn into Stone Cold. He became that. He caught lightning in a bottle being at the right time in American culture. So, like, there's probably somebody we aren't even thinking of that's going to break through the mold here.
Break through the mold. Yeah, for sure. Been fun. Like, subscribe, Take After Take. We are here each and every week. We will recap the Super Bowl and end the high school, college, professional football season that was 2025-2026. As we prepare for college basketball, we kind of get into that as March Madness takes its toll. We'll talk about a lot of other random stuff as well, as you would imagine. So Spotify, iTunes, anywhere where podcasts are available, you will find us right there. Make sure you give us a 5-star rating, like, subscribe, leave us some comments. You can find us on our 48 Sports Zone app. Has been doing fantastic as well. WAFF.com as well. You can find it there. YouTube, our YouTube channel also. And as I mentioned, we're all podcasts are available. For producer Pat, I'm Carl Prather. Folks, enjoy the Super Bowl. Eat some wings and ribs and rotel and all that good stuff.
Bad Bunny.
And shout out to Bad Bunny, man. I know he's going to rip it up for halftime show. I like him a lot. We will see you back here next week.